Here's another video showing a group of out-of-print miniatures I got off eBay at a very nice price. So, what are these miniatures of? Well, these were these were made by Ral Partha back when they had a D&D license. And particularly these are Dark Sun miniatures from the AD&D 2nd edition. For those of you who don't know, Dark Sun is to pitch it to you, Dark Sun is a post-apocalyptic world. Instead of technology involving nuclear bombs destroying everything, this is a fantasy world that got turned to a wasteland through destructive magical forces. Finding forests is very rare, and because water is scarce, it's a struggle to survive. It's one of the most deadliest monsters around, and it's just one of the harshest settings they ever made. Very fun to read about. Never played it, but I have some of the source books. I even have some of the novels. I reviewed some of the novels in the past, and I've done many of the miniatures throughout the years from my channel here. I got the People of the Land box set featuring some of the characters and monsters of that. I got 5 of the Dragon King miniatures, some of my favorite miniatures around. Now these ones are not major monsters here. These are these are little creatures called Jozhals. In fact, let me explain what they are.
Standing about 4 feet tall, the Jozhal is a small 2-legged reptile with a skinny tail, a long flexible neck, and a narrow elongated snout. Its mouth is filled with needle-sharp teeth, and its lanky arms end into small, 3-finger hands with an opposable thumb. Although the Jozhal's hide is covered with scales, they are so small as to be unnoticeable at first. It appears to be more akin to a man's skin or a beeswax rough hide. The Jozhals can change the hue of its skin at will, either to match the color of its environment or to stand out against it. Combat. Generally, the Jozhal prefers to avoid combat. It attempts to flee, then uses its ability to change skin color to hide from pursuers. Should a pursuer get too close to the Jozhal without actually seeing it, the Jozhal will attack. During the actual fight, the Jozhal attempts to defend itself first with psionics and magic, then with any magical items it currently possesses. If that fails, it will bite with its teeth or strike with any weapon available to it. Habitat Society. The Jozhal lives in a small group of 4 to 5 creatures. They are extremely intelligent and cunning, but regard humans or demi-humans as foolish, dangerous creatures and will rarely tolerate them. Jozhals are attracted to magic of all sorts, and whenever they see humans or demi-humans passing, they track the party down and attempt to cast a detect magic spell on the group. If the spell reveals any magical items, they will try and sneak into camp to steal them. Ecology. Jozhals forage for food, roots, and tubers, and eat almost any sort of small reptile, snake, or insect. Their magic is akin to that of elemental clerics, and is therefore not destructive to the environment around them. The Jozhal clan's intellect is best reflected in its relationship to the world around it. They are very careful never to destroy the life-giving world in which they live, always making use of every bit of scrap and refuge that they find. They carry this to extremes, even practicing cannibalism and using the bones of their dead to construct weapons and tools. Remember the old game of Golden Axe, and during and between the levels you have those 2 little thieves that steal your magic, you have to beat them to get it back? That's what Jozhals serve in Dark Sun.
So that's what I have is 5 Jozhal miniatures made by Ral Partha back in the day. Oh, by the way, the information I just read from, you can get that in the Wanderer's Journal booklet that came in the original box set of Dark Sun. This is all fluff except for the last few pages where they talk about some of the monsters and creatures you'll encounter about that. If you can't find a physical copy of this, you can quickly find PDFs of that on internetarchive.com. Just go to Internet Archive, type in Dark Sun, scroll down, and you'll eventually find this book and a few others that go with setting. So, solving that. Now, as I said, this is a really good deal because normally, especially if they're still in their original packets, these 5 would cost around $60 to $80 on eBay, depending on what the buyer feels like selling it as. Highly overpriced. I got these for around $20. They weren't in the original package, but gosh darn, they were such perfect condition. They were like freshly made, no tarnish on miniatures at all. I'm surprised they lasted this long. So, with that said, here's a slideshow of before and after they were painted here, and I hope you enjoyed. Thank you all for watching. You have a nice day.